everybody, and welcome to Elite Weather. My name is Mr. G, your meteorologist, finally back with you guys after we just moved into a new studio over the last couple of days, so we've been taking care of that. But now we're back, set up, and looking lovely as ever. I love the new setup, it is wonderful, and we're going to be talking about our weather forecast coming up here for the next few days. We've had some interesting weather over the last several days while I was away, and those monsoons, we're going to be talking about that southwestern monsoon and also the cooler weather over the eastern half of the nation, and even the state of Texas is going to see a very significant cool down. I mean, from the triple digits down to the 80s. So beautiful weather conditions coming up as we get through. We're about halfway through the month of August. We're going to start to get to the end of August here, and we're really going to start to see that overall change in the weather pattern where we're going to be getting ready for that fall season to set in, and we're going to be seeing a period of tranquil weather over the next couple of days, and also very, very quiet conditions across the tropics after we've been seeing a lot of dust and particles in the atmosphere coming from the Sahara Desert in Africa, and that dust has been blowing across the Atlantic and even into the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico. So that dust is coming from the Sahara all the way across the Atlantic and into this hemisphere where we are seeing it squash the tropics as far as tropical development. We've only had 2 or 3 systems across the Atlantic this year, and it's even been very quiet across the Pacific. So, which would typically be a very active tropical season with La Nina still in place. But that dust from the Sahara has definitely made the atmosphere, even though it's cooler overall, it's been cooler over the Atlantic, but it's also been warmer in certain areas of the atmosphere in certain layers, and it's been inhibiting that development of those tropical storms. So we are actually approaching the peak of tropical storm season, the late second half of August to about the first 10 days of September, and we're not seeing anything in the Atlantic of interest right now of any significance, and we're going to take a look at that as well. But let's jump into our first segment here as we talk about our city of the day, and our city of the day is going to be the lovely city of El Paso. Reminds me of one of my favorite songs from Marty Robbins called El Paso, out in the West Texas town of El Paso. I love that song, and I love the city of El Paso. I've been there a few times, several times in my life. Wonderful city. They have beautiful streetcars. I'll try to show you a clip of one of those streetcars, and if you go on my channel, you can actually go and find a clip that I have of one of the streetcars down in El Paso. They're using these beautiful vintage streetcars from the 1930s. They have this Art Deco style to them, and they brought them back into service and refurbished them and made them look all pretty and lovely, and they are wonderful to see down there. So if you're in El Paso, hop a ride on those vintage streetcars. Right now, you're seeing a very nice day out there. It's a little bit on the warm side, but certainly not those triple-digit temperatures that you're used to seeing this time of the year. You're running about 95 degrees out there under partly cloudy skies. There's a few clouds. We have those monsoons, so you might see an afternoon thunderstorm today from those monsoons. A very slight chance for you guys. And here's your 3-day forecast there for the city of El Paso. But as you see, today's high of 98. But as we get to Wednesday, check that out, 82. So from 98 to 82 in a 3-day period. How about that? I had to make sure I was doing the right thing here. I was like, is it really going to get that cool? Awesome. Awesome. You guys certainly deserve that cool down, as you paid an incredible price this summer across the state of Texas, especially down there in West Texas. So we're seeing a lot of heat. But there is kind of a little bit of a tropical nature disturbance down across southwestern Texas. We're going to take a look at that in just a moment, and it's going to be spreading some rain showers through that portion of Texas over the next couple of days. So let's take a look at our weather forecast for the next 3 days here. And as we look at this afternoon, we are going to be seeing those monsoons through portions of the Four Corners. And as you can see, El Paso, you do have this area of low pressure here, this upper atmospheric disturbance here, and it's going to be the catalyst for pulling in some showers and thunderstorms down here across southwestern Texas, where we can see some flash flooding along the Rio Grande Valley here. So we're going to be seeing that heavy rainfall potential with some flash flooding. So over in the Houston area, down through San Antonio as well, all the way over to El Paso, that potential for some afternoon thunderstorms and those monsoons. And we're going to be seeing those heavy monsoon storms through the Four Corners once again through Arizona and into Utah and Colorado. We could be seeing some heavy rainfall from those monsoons. And I have seen some very disturbing videos from even in Vegas, where we have flood waters going down Las Vegas Boulevard, down the strip, where we've been seeing lots of rain through the southwest and through Arizona as well, and through portions of Tucson. I saw a dry riverbed become a raging torrent in like a 10-minute span. So very interesting weather out through the Four Corners, and we're going to be seeing those showers and storms extend through portions of the northern plains this afternoon. We can see a few isolated and scattered thunderstorms as we have an upper level low pressure system that's moving through the area. It's actually sliding off to the southeast here, and it's going to be bringing those showers and storms through the northern plains and the upper Mississippi Valley. But nothing severe is going to be expected with this. We're only looking at about, a 30% chance of a shower or thunderstorms across the Twin Cities today, and we're going to be seeing that frontal boundary drop down to the south. But what it is doing is bringing cooler weather down out of Canada, and we can see a few showers and thunderstorms across the southeast and into the state of Florida and along the Gulf Coast, and some scattered showers into the northeast and the mid-Atlantic today as well. Dry weather across New England this afternoon, and very pleasant weather conditions and dry weather through portions of the Great Lakes today as well. Here we are as we look at your Tuesday. So your Tuesday, those monsoons will continue across the Four Corners through New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, and southern Utah. We're going to be seeing those showers and those thunderstorms that's going to continue, bring heavy rainfall and flash flooding. Some more heavy rain is going to be expected down through portions of the Midwest, through Missouri, where we're going to be seeing some heavy rain and the potential for flash flooding as this front drops slowly to the south here, and it's going to bring that cooler weather down out of Canada. But we're going to be starting to see a few more showers and storms along the Gulf Coast and into the state of Florida, and then a few more showers here through portions of the mid-Atlantic and the interior of the Northeast again, and maybe some spotty showers along the coast of Maine, some more spotty showers and storms across the upper Mississippi Valley, Duluth, and the Twin Cities, and Fargo, Moorhead, North Dakota, and Minnesota, an afternoon shower or thunderstorm tomorrow. And as you can see over my head, dry weather through the northern plains for the most part, over into the Pacific Northwest and the northern Rockies. So no complaints for that area. And here we are for your Wednesday. Dry weather will continue across the northern tier of the nation, from the Montana over to the Pacific Northwest. Again, a few spotty showers across the northern plains and into Minnesota, from the Twin Cities north to the Canadian border and through portions of North Dakota. We can see some showers and thunderstorms, all right? And more of those monsoons across the Four Corners, but maybe a little bit of a decrease in the amount of storms tomorrow. But we are going to see the potential for flash flooding along the U.S. and Mexican border and through portions of the southern Rockies of New Mexico right here. Our frontal boundary is going to drop to the south again, a little bit more to the south here. We're going to see a stationary front through the nation's midsection, but we're going to see it dropping south across the southeast, and maybe it's going to kind of head on off toward the northeast a little bit here. So we're going to see a little bit of a warm front as it starts to lift north over the next couple of days, but it will have those showers and thunderstorms across the southeast. Yet again, some isolated to scattered showers across the southeast, but no flash flooding outlooks expected at this time, and then a few rain showers across portions of the Northeast and into New England for your Wednesday as well. Dry weather across the Great Lakes and through portions of the Midwest here through Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana and Ohio. You guys are going to see dry day and as well as across the state of Michigan. That's the 3-day forecast. Now let's kind of dig into some of the guts of our weather right now and talk about our radar. So as we look at the radar, we have our closed low pressure of circulation right here, our closed low, and it is bringing some rainfall across the state of Iowa and northern Missouri right now, as well as portions of Nebraska and southeastern South Dakota. And we have another stretch of area of showers and thunderstorms across the northern plains, raking across the state of North Dakota and headed into Minnesota. And you're going to see that sweep through as we have this mesoscale convective system right here. It's going to bring some scattered showers and thunderstorms, and we have a squall line just to the northwest, and that's going to sweep through the Twin Cities very late in the day today. And then some more scattered showers and storms across the mid-Atlantic states and just off the coast of the big cities of the Northeast right here. New York City and New Jersey might get raked by some of these showers as they are just right along the coastal section. A few scattered showers across the southeast and through Florida and across the Gulf Coast as well. Here we have this area of showers and storms across southwestern Texas as it's a little bit of a tropical disturbance right here, or a tropical wave, and it's going to be spreading some showers and storms. That is going to move off to the west there, and eventually it's going to end up across the southwest, and it's going to exacerbate those monsoon and increase those showers and flash flooding along the southern portions of Arizona and New Mexico. And we got some monsoon showers and storms from Las Vegas. It's right there. So they're right at just about the Las Vegas area, northwestern Arizona, southwestern Utah. And those are just getting started as it's still early in the day out west. So those showers and storms, those monsoons are just getting going in the heat of the afternoon. All right, so here we are as we take a look at our radar estimates or estimates forecast for the 24-hour period. And then what we're seeing is a lot of rainfall through some portions of the nation, especially down here across Southwest Texas. And if you look at our chart down here, here's our legend, and it's going to show you that this is about 2 inches of rain here. So a good 2 inches of rain, and we're looking at about a ½ inch to an inch of rain in this region. And we have this yellow here, and this is indicating about a ½ inch. So a ½ inch to an inch of rain across portions of Iowa and Missouri, where we have the heavy rain, and then we have more showers and storms. That's along the southeast, and this is the rainfall that's expected from today into tomorrow. So this is the next 24 to 30 hours or so. So all of this rainfall is expected through these portions of the nation today. So as we take a look at our temperatures, we're seeing a lot of 70s and 80s across the northern tier of the nation. So we have the upper Mississippi Valley, the Great Lakes, and the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic. We're seeing 70s and 80s, but we're seeing those 90s across the Southeast and some hundreds here across northern Texas and southern Oklahoma. But this is only going to last a couple more days, as that is going to go away over the next couple of days. And we're seeing some triple digits here across the Four Corners, far as for like Yuma, and it's in Southern California, as we're not getting as many thunderstorms in that region along the California border. Some showers are possible, that there's still enough sunshine down there that you're going to rise into those triple digits down there, and triple digit temperatures through the Central Valley of California. And we're also seeing those 60s and 70s and lower 80s across the northern plains. A little bit warm across portions of Montana, as we're seeing those 90s start to creep in there. We'll see a few low 90s today, but it's very hot weather out there through across the state of Texas and Oklahoma once again. But keep in mind that is going to be ending very, very soon. So let's talk about our surface analysis. And here's the surface map. And what we're seeing, if you can see this map, is very white with a lot of blue and yellow and red and whatever. So we have our frontal boundary that's been raised, that's responsible for a lot of the rainfall that we're seeing on the East Coast and down in the South today. And we're going to be seeing that guy drop to the south in this region, but this in the back end here, this secondary low is going to go off to the northeast. So we're going to see this it's going to go like this. One end dropping as a cold front, the back end going to raise up as a warm front, and eventually it's going to lift on off to the northeast. So we're going to see a little bit of an increase in the temperatures through portions of the northeast over the next couple of days as this guy kind of comes back at you as a warm front. But we're not going to see excessive heat situations again, but it's going to warm a few degrees as it kind of slides off to the northeast there. We have our high pressure across the Rockies here in the Four Corners that's pumping in that monsoon moisture as it's pulling that moisture from the southeast here off of the Gulf of Mexico, and it is coming across and into the Four Corners in the southern deserts. So we're seeing those monsoons. So that is a surface analysis for what we're seeing. What's really driving the weather across the country and the North America. Here we are with our watches and hazards. We have our heat advisory here through portions of Mississippi. We have Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and very small portion of East Texas there. And we have flash flood watches down here across southern Texas and in the southwestern Texas, just to the southwest of El Paso there, or southeast of El Paso. So we're going to be dealing with that. And we have our wind advisories across we have wind advisory and a heat advisory. Got to stretch, got to reach up there to the Pacific Northwest, the interior of Oregon and Washington, where we're seeing warm temperatures near 100 here through portions of central Washington today. But again, that's not going to last that much longer, and we're going to see that decrease as well. And we're going to see our heat here, as usual, across the Central Valley of California. So Sacramento all the way down to Bakersfield, we're going to be seeing those triple-digit temperatures up to 105 degrees down through that region. And let us not forget our Four Corners, where this is a common sight we've been seeing over the last couple of weeks through this region, where we have that flash flood watches in effect. So we're seeing that flooding through portions of the desert Southwest yet again. And here we are as we talk about our severe weather. Severe weather situation is not going to be that bad. We're going to see this that line of storms that's moving across the northern plains right now, headed into Minnesota. It's going to be responsible for some isolated severe. We're going to be seeing some isolated severe storms through portions of this central plains here, and this is going to move off to the east. We're going to be seeing some isolated severe weather, and that primary threat is going to be some gusty winds. So we're going to see gusty winds here and some gusty winds here. And here we have the potential for some heavy rainfall, and then some more heavy rainfall possible along the southeast. Now we're going to have that slight risk of severe weather here through portions of far northern South Carolina and North Carolina. We're going to be seeing some heavy rain that's going to be the primary threat, and some gusty winds, and some heavy rain and small hail is going to even be possible into Alabama and Georgia. So we're going to be watching for that severe weather. And then we have a small area of some isolated severe possible down there across southwest Texas. And it's going to be gusty winds, and heavy rain is going to be the primary drivers or threat with that situation. Here we are, so we take a look at your Tuesday, and we're going to be seeing that heavy rain. That's the primary issue. Heavy rain and some wind here from portions of Arkansas down through Louisiana, Mississippi, and southwestern Alabama out there for your Tuesday. That's the only area where some severe weather is expected, and we're going to be seeing severe weather along the Gulf Coast and then through the southeast, and that heavy rain and gusty winds yet again is going to be the primary threat, as we're going to have that frontal boundary that's dropping down to the south, and it's going to be right about here, and it's going to have some embedded short waves that's going to be triggering some of those thunderstorms and produce that heavy rainfall and those gusty winds as well. So here we are, so take a look at our non-existent tropical outlook, and we look across the Atlantic and the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. Here is that system that's affecting the state of Texas surface right now that's bringing that rainfall through the southwestern and southern Texas. But other than that, there's nothing in the Gulf, nothing out here in the Atlantic. That dust is out there off the Sahara and it's really acting to suppress any tropical. You can see it's pretty clear out across the central and eastern Atlantic. We have these tropical waves poised to come off the coast of Africa. We'll have to see what happened with that. But everything else that has come up has gotten out here and dissipated. So we're not really seeing anything very promising right now. And we have our eastern Pacific. And here we are looking at off the coast of Mexico. We have this cluster of storms here off the coast of Mexico. Not expecting to develop anything with that. And we're seeing these showers and storms out here. And we have Tropical Depression 10E, which has done nothing. And it's just a tropical depression. And here is a little bit about Tropical Depression 10E with 30 miles per hour sustained winds. And it's going to wander off to the east and northeast a little bit and drift around as a tropical depression over the next several days through about Thursday is when the final advisory will come out Thursday at 6 a.m. on Thursday, and it's still expected to be a minimal tropical depression. Don't expect it to strengthen any further than that, but it's going to hold its own out there and drift off to the west. That is a look at your weather forecast. My name is Mr. G. Glad to be back with you guys with those weather forecasts in my new studio, and I'll be sure to post photos of the studio on this video here at the end here, or maybe at the beginning before it starts. We'll show you some videos, some pictures of what the studio looks like. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys. Now we'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.